Unscripted.
You know, everybody, I think that this kind of console generation has taken a little bit different turn than I think previous generations have also taken. You know, obviously we're all sort of in a weird situation with being kind of locked in and things like that. A global pandemic. I don't think anybody wished that would happen. I just, you know, at the end of the day, I do feel that, you know, these companies are doing the best that they can. Well, you know, it's like, it's hard to say. I'm happy with whatever we get. I know that things could probably get delayed, and I know that things will get delayed. I really just think that at the end of the day, it really comes down to what they're able to get out. And thankfully, I think, at least on the Sony side, it looked like they had a lot more stuff working, you know, a little bit later in development than on the Xbox side. And so what I mean by that is, I feel like that, you know, the games that Sony had ready to go were in development a little bit longer, so those will probably be a little bit ready sooner, and stuff like the pandemic won't have as big of an issue there. Where on the Microsoft side, if you look at stuff, it looks like really they maybe didn't even start with stuff like Fable until recently, and that's only with half the studio involved with that. So it is going to be very interesting to see exactly what happens. And you know, this is one of those situations where I do find it to be sort of ironic, because, you know, at the end of the day, last generation Microsoft was known for lack of quality exclusives, lack of AAA exclusives in general, and they start off this generation that exact same way, and it doesn't look like that's ending anytime soon. And not only that, but they are extremely quiet in general about what's coming and when's coming and what year. You know, I mean, we can speculate all we want, but at the end of the day, once again, you know, I think that it's just one of those things where we have to kind of look at this and go, well, what exactly is going on here? You know what I mean? Like, how could you not really be ready? But I've kind of, you know, done that talk a little bit already. I'm more excited about this. You know what I mean? I think that this is something that I think that everybody should be talking about. And, you know, I'm very excited by this as well. So I did want to get started. Hopefully you guys are having a good time and having a good day. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel, and it means a lot to me personally. You know, again, I just think that, you know, YouTube doesn't like to send out notifications for whatever reasons. I really do hope that you guys hit the bell and all that kind of good stuff. Take a minute to consider subscribing. Shout out to all the old subscribers, new subscribers, and everybody in between. I do thank a lot of you guys, so thank you guys for continuing to rock out with me, because I appreciate it. Honestly, I do. So thank you guys very much. With that being said, I love getting into this. There's a really big bit of news that I wanted to talk about. It looks like it's finally going to happen. This stuff usually happens right when we're about to get a launch for something. So yeah, this is really cool stuff. And, you know, like I said, it just gets me very excited about what's going on with this. And, you know, at the end of the day, I do hope that we continue to see stuff like this. So Ratchet Clank Rift Apart has been rated for release on PlayStation 5. There's also a digital deluxe edition planned. So this is really good news. This is basically probably the first PS5 exclusive or only game. I mean, maybe you could say Demon's Souls, but new game that is really going to showcase what the PlayStation 5 can do, and I don't think we should take that lightly as fans. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart was scheduled to deploy within the PS5's launch window, but that phrase is a mysterious one these days, according to this report, which I will, of course, link in the description below, especially during a global pandemic. Nevertheless, the Insomniac Games developed exclusive does appear to be near, as one eagle-eyed Twitter user noticed that the title has been rated for release. They've been able to corroborate that both the core game and the digital deluxe game have now been classified for the country. While it isn't necessarily confirmation of an imminent release, it does mean that we should at least learn more about Sony's plan for the project in the not too distant future. This site really did a poll recently and predicted that the platformer would arrive around May or June, which seems feasible based on the new information. But also, don't be too surprised if we get a new trailer soon, perhaps with pre-orders going live as well, maybe even a state of play. This is a game that I've been very much looking forward to, and I think, probably a lot of other people were looking forward to as well. At the end of the day, I feel like these are just been sort of a weird time. You know what I mean? Like we're in this sort of weird time situation, where games are coming, but we're not really exactly sure when they're going to come, and I think that is a little bit of an issue. But I also feel like, it's also something that just happens from time to time, and like I said before, the fact that we are in a pandemic doesn't help the situation very much at all. But I am very excited that Ratchet & Clank looks like it's going to be coming very, very soon. That is incredible news from Sony themselves. And that wasn't the only bit of really good news that they've had. This was something that came out that I think was very important, because there's still a lot of people out there that haven't gotten a PlayStation yet. And I wanted to talk about that as well, because Sony actually announced this, that they actually aim to ship at least 3 million extra PlayStation 5 units in the coming months. 4.5 million units shipped last year alone, which I covered that previously, like a week or so ago. But PS5 sales have surpassed 4.5 million units as of December 31st, 2020, and Sony aims to ship at least 3 million additional units before March 31st, 2021. So, you guys can do the math. That's, obviously they're going to have more than that. If they sell out of everything that they ship, 3 million additional units, that's 7.5 million. But that's not also counting whatever they're doing in January and February and also March, aside from those. So obviously they could be close to 10 million units by the time this thing's all said and done. According to Sony, it's aiming to meet demand for its next-gen console, and as such, but also to at least match PS4 shipments when launch dates align. It wants to ship a minimum of 3 million additional PlayStation 5 consoles in its current financial quarter, which runs through March 31st, 2021. In order to achieve this goal, of course, obviously that's something that's going to be hard for them to do, but production for the console needs to be somewhat increased. Interesting to note is that Sony has been selling the PS5 console for a loss, which I also covered that before as well, which is so amazing when you think about they've been able to make so much money so far, even though the console is going in at a loss. The console instantly sells out everywhere worldwide due to high demand and supply constraints. Consumers have been hard-pressed to actually get their hands on Sony's next-gen console. So it is really, really interesting to see that that's coming in. They also want to ship out an extra 3 million units in time to do this. So yeah, very cool stuff. And you kind of love to hear it. And again, I just think that this is a very smart move on Sony's part. Get this kind of stuff out there, and at the end of the day, I feel like that's going to be something that a lot of people are going to be excited for. And for me personally, I think that there's a lot of people. I get messages every day from people who are looking for PlayStation 5s, and clearly, obviously they really want those PlayStation 5s. It just really comes down to, are they able to get them? And I think that that's something that we'll have to wait and see. And I do really wish that everybody that wants one could actually get one, because that's one of the most important things about actually going out there and gaming. You know what I mean? You get all excited, and again, I feel like this is something that's a bit of a problem for people this generation, because you get all hyped and excited for this stuff, and and then it doesn't come. You can't get it, and then so it does really kind of kill off some of the hype for this stuff. And I do hope that this is something that continues to kind of get fixed in the future. I would really love to see what can happen in the future if this stuff is fixed. So I guess we'll have to wait and see, and I guess we'll have to just see what Sony can do about it. I guess it's not just their problem. This is obviously sort of like a manufacturing problem as well, and that's not something that's easily fixed. Like I said before, this is untested times where we have a situation where this stuff is happening, and even developers have to develop games at home. There's different lockdowns and all this kind of stuff. So I just think that that's going to be something that we're going to have to bear with people, and bear with these developers, and bear with Sony, and bear with Microsoft even, that people are going to have to kind of wait to get these consoles a little bit, and I think it'll be worth the wait. Honestly, if you were to ask me, like, and go, well, honestly, what do you think should, you know, if you can get one, get one. But unless, like, the thing that I would stress is, unless you were, you know, unless you have like a OLED CX or something that realistically could do 4K 120, you might not notice much of a difference between the last stuff. I mean, things do look tremendous, but I'm just saying, you know, you might want to just kind of be a little bit more careful with it, because you might be getting hyped up for nothing. So, you know, we'll see how it works out, but I will link all this stuff in the description. Please let me know how you guys are doing. Rack them up, stay safe, game on, my friends, game on. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.